fields of bright red poppies, or sweet-smelling lavender, the azure gleam of the Mediterranean, whitewashed villages clinging to hilltops. These varied sights found in Provence have drawn artists for centuries. Cézanne, Monet, Van Gogh, all found endless inspiration here. So too has contemporary artist Duaiv. But unlike those past masters who influenced his style, this modern master has taken the world as his canvas. His impressionistic paintings, filled with bright, vibrant colors, capture seaports and marketplaces, faces, the bustle of Mardi Gras, and the solemnity of great cathedrals, all with equal passion. An artist of the world, Duaiv paints the world around him, wherever he happens to be. Even more remarkably, this painter par excellence is equally at home in the world of music. A classically trained concert cellist, Duaiv is that rare creature who was a master in two arenas, using the gifts of one art to feed and nurture the other. The path to Duaiv's dual careers was laid early on. Born in 1952 in the Charente-Maritime region of France, he moved with his parents at an early age to an island off the maritime coast, the Ile de Ré, a place neither entirely land nor sea. The images of the sea and the boats in the harbors that he saw as a young boy emerged years later in his paintings. His mother played the piano and sang opera arias. His father harbored a great love for sculpture and art. Painting was the first art to captivate Duaiv. He began at the age of 3 and completed his first work in oil at the age of 9. Duaiv's father, however, wasn't content with the idea of his son's becoming a painter. Since the youngster also showed an interest in music, his father bought him a cello. It was a fitting choice, as the young boy had met Pablo Casals when he was 8, became inspired, and fell in love with the instrument. When it came time for Duaiv to continue his education, he was sent to the Conservatoire National Supérieur des Musiques in Paris. Unwilling to abandon his painting, however, he also attended l'École des Beaux-Arts. Duaiv became a concert-level cellist, performing with orchestras and smaller chamber groups in Europe. Such contact with superstars has been an ongoing theme in Duaiv's life. At the age of 25, he became friends with the great surrealist artist Salvatore Dali. That relationship influenced the young man greatly, not just in his painting, but also in his drive to blend the various threads of his life and passions, and to follow them wherever they might lead. It has been a journey with much excitement, world renown, many awards, and some very interesting commissions. His portraits of famous French chefs were featured at the Gastronomie Festival at the Palais de Festivals in Cannes. To celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Cannes Film Festival, Duaiv was commissioned to paint 2 buses, covering their sides with scenes from the area. And portraits of film stars through the years. The sides of that bus eventually removed and used to decorate the walls of a transportation museum in Mandelieu, just outside of Cannes. Duaiv also designed the city's monthly bus passes for that year. As supportive of other artists as he is devoted to his own work, Duaiv enjoys events that allow the painting experience to be shared. While still living in France, a Paris gallery invited artists from all over France to paint aboard a barge that traveled the Seine in Paris, tying up at various points along the way. Walking around Duaiv's home, you can find countless scrapbooks, photo albums, and memorabilia documenting the many highlights of his life. Duaiv's art and his ongoing commitment to nurturing art have brought him numerous awards and recognition. He has received the Chevalier Académique from the Italian Academy of Letters and is listed in the Who's Who of International Art, which carries the names of the world's leading contemporary artists. In 2006, he was entered into the Benezit Directory of top-rated painters in the world. His Royal Highness Prince Henrik of Denmark conferred on Duaiv the title of Commander of the Order of the Star of Europe. Duaiv also received the Lys d'Or, a trophy for the promotion of values and respect for humankind and young talent, awarded at the Cannes International Carlton. Duaiv's work has become popular throughout the international community, and he is represented in galleries from France to the US to Tunisia and Australia. Years ago, while still living in France, at another of these lively events, the artist had the chance to be reunited after many years with Bernard Michelin, his cello teacher at the Conservatoire. It was a warm reunion. Duaiv's latest venture is to take his talents aboard cruise ships, where auctions of his work are augmented by his signature happenings. During the latter, he often invites audience members to lend a hand or creates paintings right on the spot. Duaiv's process of painting is as thrilling to watch as his music is to listen to. A modern French impressionist, he uses cans of paint rather than tubes, and an array of palette knives to build up his layers of paint. At its beginning, the painting seems an abstract mass of varied colors. But as he works with different-sized knives and an occasional tiny brush, the image starts to take shape. Even his fingers come into play, smoothing out the paint along the edges. And always, there is music playing in the background. Duaiv uses only about 6 to 8 colors on his palette, yet his paintings seem filled with a variety of hues, the result of his skill at mixing. He works from memories of the scenes he recreates, trying to capture his impressions of a moment. When he's done, his paintings seem to vibrate with feeling, much like those of the paintings of the Impressionist artists he admires. Duaiv is influenced in his creations by the works of the French Impressionists. Watching Duaiv's hands move across the canvas is as fascinating as watching his fingers on the cello. And his finished works are marvels of color and light. Whether in music or in painting, that emotional reaction is Duaiv's goal. That, he explains, is what art does for us. Duaiv inspires beautiful pictures in the mind through his music and makes lovely melodies with his paintbrush. He presents the best of two artistic disciplines, and the world is richer for it.
Donc j'ai commencé, ma mère était musicienne, mon père est pas professionnel mais amateur, et mon père aimait beaucoup faire de la peinture, donc j'ai eu les deux, j'ai commencé avec les deux arts en même temps, et à l'âge de 9 ans j'ai eu ma première boîte de peinture et j'ai rencontré Pablo Casals, et à ce moment-là j'ai commencé à faire du violoncelle. J'étais influencé par tous les artistes, aussi bien les vieux maîtres que les maîtres récents, parce que j'aime tous les styles, tous les arts. Mais bon, dans le style de peinture que je fais actuellement, c'est sûr que les impressionnistes m'ont plus impressionné. Et Mais après ça, quand j'ai rencontré Dali, en 75, c'est là que j'ai décidé de devenir un artiste à temps complet, parce que ma femme était danseuse à l'Opéra de Paris, et on voulait vivre toujours ensemble, donc j'étais à ce moment-là musicien et elle danseuse, donc elle voyageait dans un avion, moi je voyageais dans un autre, donc on a décidé de vivre ensemble et de devenir peintre. Je suis devenu peintre.